So good morning, welcome back to the channel. We're out here by the windmill. In the last episode we changed the propellers from 3.5 to 3-inch props. We also got a new battery, a Tattoo R-Line 160C 1600 milliamp hours, and well, we also got a second one since then, so we have two of those now. Before that, and right now as well on the drone, we have a Flywoo 4500 milliamp hour P45B, if I recall correctly. They are good long range, long flight time batteries. The other one is more short burst, but also much lighter. They are roughly 230 grams less, the Tattoo R-Line, than the Flywoo. So that's really nice. And the goal for today is that we are going to be doing the circuit as a whole, the whole 5 gaps, but also I'm thinking that we might be separating out from the rest of the circuit the gap 4, which is around the windmill. I realized since then that it's not really a gap, but we're just gonna keep calling it that. It's more of an orbit, so we can go in either from this side and then come out here, or what we were doing as part of the circuit, depends if we're doing it in reverse or not, but fly through these two trees here, then fly around the windmill through the back and then circle around. So the way we would single it out, well, not single it, but remove it from the tracks just so we can get more practice runs on it, is come in from here anyway, go around the windmill, and then we would be ending up somewhere here, and then do this part anyway, just to get the flow going, and then come back around, not do the tunnel gap, fly in here once again, but maybe go a bit more further so it's in line with the circuit, because we would be coming out from there after the tunnel, and then fly from here and go behind the windmill this way. So we're gonna see. Right now I'm just warming up, getting ready for the whole practice. We might do a circuit or two of the lap before we go into this kind of practice. We're gonna see how necessary it is, how it's going. Well, this gap, I never did it fast. I did it once fast, 3/4 of the way, and then I crashed. You can see the short clip of it in my shorts FPV playlist, and also it's in one of the long videos. RSSI low, we're not getting any orange, or okay, now I'm getting some orange. Whoa, 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 whoa. I said we're gonna be going slow, and there I was going a bit too fast for the first run. What I'm gonna do after this is I'm just gonna quickly land and change the way that I'm facing so we have better signal at the spot. Okay, we changed it, the way we're facing, so we're gonna do another lap, see if maybe we get some better signal this time at the back, at the tunnel gap. Nice, not too bad, not too bad. Smooth enough, like I did it slow, but at least it was smooth. Okay, RSSI low. Still getting okay, but for not as long and didn't drop as much, so I think the position change was whoa, 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 whoa. You gotta be smooth on the sticks. And let's see here now, are we gonna drop? No. Okay, okay, yeah. This is the way we're gonna have to face. If you come around this spot and you see a dude that looks like he's taking a piss and is facing the trees, then you know that's gonna be me. Okay, so let's get back in the practice. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one reverse track and then see which one I like more, because I'm debating to be practicing the track in reverse actually, because it just feels smoother. Like, I was looking at the videos the last few days while editing, and I don't know. It looks like I'm flying smoother in reverse, but could just be. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, this part is smooth as well, and then, well, yeah, basically complete reverse. So, and then over there, and then once we're out, that's one lap complete. Nice one. It wasn't too bad. I was, oh, and now I'm gonna crash because I'm talking shit. Wow, what the fuck is wrong? I can't fly in a straight line with these props. Yeah, I've been struggling with that tunnel gap since I have the new props, but the rest of the circuit is nicer though. I feel like, I don't know, I have to practice going straight line. Actually, I'm gonna finish this circuit here as far as this and go through the other gap, and then here, and then go through the next one, and I'm gonna give it a go, just going in straight line. First, I'm gonna fly a bit further from the ground and then try to go above, well, close above to the ground. But I should be practicing a bit more realistic speed and not with 70 km per hour, because I'm not gonna be going with 70 km per hour for a bit. Still too fast. I don't know, it's hard to practice out here when there is nothing endangering us. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to the reverse of the gap of the circuit, and I can start from here. I guess it doesn't really matter where I start from right now. What the fuck? I will do some timing runs as well with the last battery. We're gonna see how fast, what's our time for one lap, just so we know for future reference where we started from. I will put on the screen my first time at the lap, and then probably one in between, and then my best time. We're gonna see. So just trying to be smooth on the sticks. A tiny bit of speed, but that's not the goal. Still stopping in between the gaps until I'm properly warmed up. Why is it drifting to the left? I don't know, that was a bit strange. I'm trying to follow the path more than the grass patch right now. And I will try to do the whole thing without stopping. So we only have this gap left for this run. Lovely. And the voltage meter is definitely busted, and the milliamp hours are somewhat accurate, I feel like. So we do it again without stopping. Well, we try. The main thing is that I don't want to crash, and I don't wanna fuck up the drone. Okay, I don't know, that wasn't really a stop, it was just a slowdown. I guess that can pass. So we will timer on, and the goal isn't to be having a really good time, it's just more about being consistent, and so that we can see down the line what our time was. So we're gonna lift off at 30 seconds, and then we see the time. Like, we don't care about how long it takes, it's just that we do it nicely. So we have something to compare to. And then we're gonna lift off from the same spot every time. And when we are done through gap number 1 is where we're gonna end the timer. Okay, so 1 minute and 20 for that lap. So we can see lap times. And it's good to come in here at a bit wider angle. And here turn wide as well, to get on top of the path instantly. And trying to keep between the grass and the path, just to keep away from the branches. And then turn like this, so we can straight away go into this gap without having to stop. And here by the windmill, we want to turn a little bit wide as well. And go here, yeah, and here, and lovely. Wow, was that only a minute? We're gonna see, we're gonna find out. So here again, coming a bit closer to the right, turning wide on top of the grass, well, between the grass and the path. Lovely. Amazing. Lovely. We do one more. And then we're gonna take a break. Lovely. Was that 5 laps in 5 minutes, or was that was probably only 4? So we have we're gonna do 5 laps with this lithium-ion battery. It's the last one. We already did some laps with it, and then we will slap on the lithium polymer batteries. See how I fly with it first. We do a really slow lap, and then we take it from there. I think it's gonna be, the first few laps are not gonna be as good with this because I'm getting used to the weight, and that's much lighter. And but in the long run, once we get really good, we can improve our lap times by a lot with those batteries. So I wanna fly with both, get used to both, and also I wanna extend my flight time over here because today is like the best session so far, I feel like. Really getting better, really getting the hang of the whole track, like flying as a whole, also the track as well. I think today is like the first day that I have multiple laps, that I don't stop in between the gaps. Maybe even today was the first that I ever did it, that I don't have to stop and I can go somewhat smoothly between them, which is really great in my eyes. We're gonna go through this one now, and then we can start turning already over there. Yeah, because usually before, what I did is, before I would go up to a gap, I would have to stop and then go in like this, but today we're doing good so far. The most we're doing is just slowing down between the gaps, which is fine for me. But I can see that in a couple of sessions we're gonna be racing through this whole place. Yeah, I think actually that's the best. Those two trees are the best to go in between to get a better angle to come around the mill. So I'm just taking a moment here to let you know how good I feel about those 5 laps or 4 laps or whatever it was. They were by far my best consequent laps. Like it's you can't even compare to anything else, to any of my flying from before. It was crazy. But it felt so good. I was so locked in. Everything went smooth. I think out of all the laps there with the 5 or 4, there was one lap where I kind of had to stop between 2 gaps. I think I stopped before the one prior to the tunnel, saw the little road gap, and then I also slowed down a lot before either the windmill or the one before the windmill. But the other laps I was just going faster and faster. And then the last lap, I don't know, I'm really curious to see what the timings are, what the timing is on that, because that was nuts. It's crazy. I finished the session for today. We have 5 amazing consecutive laps done. And also I learned that the less I fear, the more in control of the flying I will be.